Boom! Welcome back to the Sebs Show. It's your boy Sebs, and today we are previewing UFC Pittsburgh, Rockhold vs. Branch, UFC Fight Night 116, I believe this is. This is actually one of the stronger Fight Night free cards of the year, in my opinion. There's a lot of good matchups from top to bottom. I would have liked to see. Well, they still have Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves here. He's actually fighting Alex Reyes, Dominic Reyes' little brother. But the Luke Sanders Arantes match got pulled. Arantes got sick or something. Actually had 2 units with Sanders and somebody later in the card, and half a unit with Sanders and somebody later in the card. So those both get pushed, I believe, now. And yeah, they both get pushed, so they're straight plays, both those plays. But nevertheless, we'll start this card. I want to try and make this a quick video, guys. We got Jason, the Karate Kid Saggo. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I don't know if he gave up the nickname or whatever, but we got Jason Saggo versus Gilbert Burns. And I think the last time we saw Saggo was UFC 206, if I believe. Gilbert Burns. Sorry, guys. Yeah, last time we saw Saggo was at UFC 206, and I was actually at that event. I believe if he wasn't the first fight, I think it was the second fight. It was he fought Rustam Khabilov. But yeah. Sorry, guys. I just have to. So yeah, he fought Rustam. Who did Gilbert fight? Should have had this on the fucking docket. Should have had this shit ready. Oh, Preserves, yeah. No fucking kidding. I should have known that one. So, Burns hasn't fought in like almost a year now. Last fight was Preserves, where he lost, and Saggo fought probably 10 months ago at UFC 206 against Rustam. Honestly, guys, I already spent way too much time breaking down this fight than I wanted. I'll go with Jason Saggo here. I do have him on a couple DK. I'm going to get into my DKs lineups, but yeah, I do like him here. I think he'll secure a takedown or two. I know Gilbert's pretty dangerous off his back. He's a dangerous jiu-jitsu practitioner, but Jason, once he gets top position, he's pretty dangerous as well, and he has no slouch on the feet. So I'm going to go with Jason for sure. Our next fight would have been Luke Cool Hand Sanders versus Felipe Arantes, but we're going straight to Christoph Jotko versus Uriah Hall. So I went pretty big on Christoph here, guys. I really think this is a tailor-made matchup for him. Uriah, we all know he tends to get a little bit wild, even though he's very disciplined and technical with his flashy movements. His spinning heel kick is a very, very devastating weapon. His kicks in general are weapons. Something that really always, I don't like to, I'm not saying I always like to fade Uriah Hall, but something that that's like you can definitely see in his fights, and it's pointed out to me in when I was doing tape again. Brian Stan said Uriah Hall doesn't have that killer instinct because he comes from a traditional martial arts background. He said actually in an interview he doesn't like to hurt people. So if you're going in with that mindset against fucking killers, good luck, man. And Christoph Jotko is a killer. Trains out of ATT with Masvidal and Colby Covington. His striking well, his grappling's been improving so much. His takedown defense is real nice. But his striking is he's actually a very I would say he's a very technical striker. He has a nice wide stance, very good takedowns. Like I said, he trains at ATT, so he does get some of the best training. He's got some great kicks, crisp hands, good striking in the pocket. I like how he uses the wizard well to defend takedowns, and he's got a great takedown defense and get up game. Um, he seems to gas a little bit after grappling exchanges. He's got some flashy kicks, good takedown defense, good sub defense, great ground game, heavy top game, beautiful groundwork, great counters, and he's got power in his motherfucking hands. He's very accurate when he throws, great ground and pound, great strikes in and out of the clinch. Hall, flashy kicks, no takedown defense or grappling game, or I'd say it's not that strong. Not good once he hits the mat. Has dangerous kicks and maintains distance very well. Fast, and he can throw kicks from pretty much any angle and anywhere. Obviously, my pick here, like I said, is Krzysztof Jotko. I think this is a tailor-made matchup for him. I think he's going to be able to outstrike Uriah Hall. He might be able to finish him, but I think this goes all 3 rounds. I think he secures a takedown and beats him up real nice. So we'll go 30-27 Jotko here. I got 4 units on Jotko to win 2.07 units, and then I got 1 unit on Jotko and somebody later in the card to win 0.82 units. And I also have the over rounds here with somebody later in the card to win 0.35 units. I got half a unit on that. Next up, we got Anthony Hamilton versus Daniel Spitz. Daniel Spitz, former collegiate football player. Last fight was against Mark Godbeer. And for a really lanky guy, you'd think for a lean guy, I think he's like 6'7" or some shit like that. But you'd think he wouldn't gas as hard as he does. He gasses after the first fucking round. This is a pass city for me, man. I was thinking about taking the 1 unit shot on Spitz. I think I do have him in a DK lineup. Like I said, I'll talk about the DK lineup when we get there later or after we're running through the card here. I do like him a little bit in this matchup. I think he's the more athletic and he's got some slick jiu-jitsu. But Anthony Hamilton, he hits hard, obviously. All these heavyweights hits hard, but I think he definitely has the power to them. If they're going slug for slug, you never know what happens. It's a fucking heavyweight fight. But probably in the stand-up, you're gonna... This is hard, man. But whatever. My pick, I'm gonna go with Daniel Spitz, 2nd round knockout. I think Anthony Hamilton's time's coming to an end. He got knocked out by Fortuna, who's a light heavyweight. Yeah, man, I think Hamilton's pretty much done, so I'll go with Daniel Spitz. Tony Martin versus OAM, been looking really good. Obviously has some of the most nastiest submission game. Tony Martin also looked good. His last fight, I believe, was against Johnny Case, and then before that was against Alex White. Both of them great grapplers, actually. Martin might have the wrestling advantage, OAM the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu advantage. But OAM's actually been improving really well with his wrestling, and his striking's been improving even more. Tony Martin around the same thing. His striking's been looking way better as well. I love Grapple Fest. It goes all 3 rounds, guys. I'm gonna have to favor OAM here for 29-28 decision, but I do have the over here with somebody later in the card for 1 unit to win 0.86 units, and then I got it again 0.75 units with somebody later in the card to win 0.5 sorry, 0.75 units to 1.57 units. So yeah, I think this is a grapple fest. Grapple fest, and this goes the over 2.5 rounds mark, and I'll side with OAN here to get the decision. Next up, we got Justin Ledet versus Zoo. I'm not even gonna try that fucking last name. We saw Zoo on the Contender Series against Gregor Bello. I had Gregor Bello actually in that matchup. I thought he was a more athletic striker, better on his feet. I thought he was going to get the better of Zoo, be able to pick him apart and land a power shot and knock him out. Didn't happen. Very, 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 very sloppy match. Wasn't impressed at all. Zoo actually ended up getting the finish there via TKO, I believe. Gregor Bello, just not a great match. But then you got Justin Ledet, who looks like a legit fucking contender in this heavyweight division. And just like like they did with Perry finding a new replacement, they found one for Perry pretty quick on 3 days' notice, which is I like how they're able to fix the cards and not let a lot of these fights fall out. I'll be amazed if they do find a replacement for Sanders. I doubt that will happen. But nevertheless, like I was saying, Justin Ledet, top. I think this guy's going to be a top contender in the heavyweight division soon to come. His boxing is outstanding. Great stand up. Just he's got 80-inch reach, so he really has you on the end of his jab the whole fucking fight. He jabs your face off. He's got some slick submissions, and he's got some good takedowns as well. He's a good wrestler. The way I see this one playing out is he just really picks up off Zoo with the jab throughout the first round, and later in the first round, if not the early second round, Zoo, his cardio is horrible. Once he gets tired, Justin Ledet's going to land a power shot, maybe a counter right or left hook, and he's going to put Zoo to sleep. So I'll go with first round knockout, Justin Ledet. Next up, we got Kamaru Usman, my boy, the Nigerian Nightmare, versus Sergio Moraes. We last saw Sergio against Davi Ramos. Man, he's got some good ground game. And this will be Kamaru's probably stiffest test of his career. Maybe the Sean Strickland one coming on paper was a little bit stiffer. And even though I sided with Kamaru, I thought Strickland's jab was something to behold in that one. But this one's almost as hard there for Kamaru. A lot of people are saying this is a very easy matchup. I do believe it's not a very easy match, but I believe it's an easy matchup for Kamaru, but not as easy as everybody thinks. I don't think he's going to be able to get the finish here. Not as he usually does get the finish anyways. But nevertheless, I think he does get a 30-26 here. Obviously, that's just he's the better wrestler, man. He's just going to thrash him. I know I was playing devil's advocate a little bit there for Sergio, but I do have 5 units on Kamaru here, and I think I have a little bit more actually. Yeah, I got 5.5 total with Kamaru, and I got the over rounds here, 0.75 with somebody later in the card. But I think Kamaru and somebody later in the card that I have are. But Kamaru on his own is just a very great grappler. Sorry, I was jumping way ahead. I didn't want to spoil anything. But Kamaru is just an awesome grappler, man. Fucking just really ragdolls you. It doesn't matter who you are. I thought Sean Strickland was going to be able to defend some takedowns and keep him apart with the jab. Like I said, that didn't happen. He thrashed Strickland. He's been thrashing everybody. This guy's no fucking joke. And now his striking is looking even better to set up his takedown. So I do have Kamaru here in a 5-unit play with somebody later in the card, and a half a unit play with him and Justin Ledet to win 0.23 units. So I'm very confident in Kamaru Usman. Next up, we got Gregor the Gift Gillespie versus Jason Gonzalez. Very high on Gregor. The guy's got some outstanding wrestling. He's a 4-time Division I All-American. He's in, sorry. But, yeah, Gregor is a Division I All-American, 4-time All-American, and an NCAA champ. I believe a one-time NCAA champ, but nevertheless, this guy's a ridiculous wrestler. Just awesome wrestler. Once he gets on top of you, he does some fucking damage. And he's gonna put Jason Gonzalez on his back a few times. Jason Gonzalez coming off that choke on JC Cottrell. I think Gregor just runs through him here. We saw Gregor's stand-up looking better now, putting those combos together. Keith Trumbull really has this guy going from Belmore Kickboxing. I don't know. Sorry, I hope I didn't mix that one up. But yeah, I think he does train out of Belmore and Gregor still. But yeah, nevertheless, this guy is a fucking animal. We saw what he did to Andrew Holbrook. I know what you guys are saying, like it's Andrew Holbrook, but he really gave him a nasty overhand left there, that left hook that just put him to sleep. And I think Gregor just runs through Jason Gonzalez, so I do have him paired up with Kamaru for a max bet, 5 units. Usman Gillespie to win 2.33 units. Very confident guys in that one. I also have him and Ledet 0.5 units to win 0.27 units. So I am confident. I'm very confident, Gregor, guys. We'll say second round TKO. Next up, we got Hector Lombard versus Anthony Lionheart Smith. This was a hard matchup to pick. I've been going back and forth all week. I'm just gonna give you guys my prediction quick. I think Anthony Smith gets this one done. I think he's maybe it doesn't seem like it, but he might be the better striker. I think that he has a little bit of crisper Muay Thai where Hector Lombard has to come in with that ducking hook, and he's going to be giving up a 6-inch reach advantage and pretty big height advantage too. I think Anthony Smith is like 6'5", Hector Lombard's 5'8". So I am leaning with Anthony Smith here to get it done. I know the guy's been finished like 11 times in his career, but Hector Lombard's coming off a knockout loss as well. And I think Anthony Smith actually knocks him out here in the first round. So, yeah, Anthony Smith, first round knockout. Next up, we got Mike Perry versus Alex Reyes. They still have the Thiago Alves things here. But, yeah, we'll start with Alex Reyes. Alex Reyes is the little brother of Dominic Reyes. He trains at Team Oyama. Great camp he's coming out of, but and he's actually a good grappler. The kid has like 12 or 13 straight wins. Nasty submission skills, but he's 155, and from the tape I watched on King of the Cage, he tends to get hit a lot when he's standing up, and if he gets hit once by Mike Perry, he's going to fucking sleep. So I have Mike Perry here, guys. I think he's going to knock him out in the first round. Mike Perry's just a madman, and especially a guy coming on 3 days' notice. I know it's hard for Mike Perry, but it's even harder for a UFC newcomer who's going to have those UFC jitters. Stepping in as the co-main event here in front of a sold-out crowd in Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to have the jitters. So I think Mike Perry knocks him out here in the first round. I think he does it really quick. I thought I did have, initially I had 4 units on Mike Perry to beat Alves here, but I do have 1.5 units on Ledet and Perry to win 0.77 units, 0.75 units, or sorry, yeah, 0.75 units Usman and Moraes over 2.5 rounds, and Perry to win 0.55 units. 1 unit Rockhold and Perry to win 0.43 units, 0.75 units OEM and Martin over 2.5 rounds, and Perry to win 0.57 units, half a unit Jotko and Hall over 2.5 rounds, and Perry to win 0.35 units. So I'll run through all my bets, guys, after I break down the main event. But yeah, I do have in total, I think, 4.5 units on Mike Perry. So him, Ledet, and somebody. Well, I'll already tell you. In the next card, it's I got Luke Rockhold, the next pick. So him, Rockhold, and Ledet are both all 4.5 units. Usman and Gillespie 5.5. So we'll jump to Luke Rockhold. I'll let you know why I got Luke here. David Branch throws a lot of wild hooks, man. It doesn't throw a lot of volume. Very slow for middleweight. A lot of telegraph strikes. Relies on his grappling way too much. His boxing's improving, but it's not going to be enough to go against a seasoned striker like Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold's going to pick this guy apart. If he doesn't get the decision win, because I know David Branch is tough. He hasn't lost in like fucking a long time, man. Like I wanna say like 5 years or some shit. He was a 2 division champion at World Series of Fighting, so this guy is a tough motherfucker. I think his last loss was actually Anthony Johnson. I might be wrong, but I know he did lose to him in a catchweight fight. But yeah, I do got Rockhold here all day, guys. I think he's gonna be able to stuff any takedown that David Branch throws at him. Yeah. Thinking about actually, because Sanders pulled, Luke. I had Luke and Sanders in a parlay, a 2 unit parlay, but now it's literally 2 units to win 0.43 units. Luke's just a huge favorite, so I fucking, with that push, it's just not a lot of profit there, but doesn't really matter. I'm thinking about adding maybe a half a unit on inside the distance here, if anything, for Luke to get it done inside the distance, but most likely staying away. I think he gets it done with a decision, guys. Maybe a 50-45, 49-46 decision for Luke Rockhold. I think he's going to look really good, guys. He's going to make a statement here in the middleweight division. Would love to see him maybe fight Jotko again. So let's see what's next for Luke after this fight. But yeah, I do have Luke here in a decision, guys. So we'll run through my bets super quick. 4 units Jotko to win 2.07 units. 5 units Usman and Gillespie to win 2.33 units. 2 units Rockhold to win 0.43 units. 1 unit Rockhold Jotko to win 0.82 units. 0.5 units Ledet and Usman to win 0.33 units. 0.5 units Ledet straight because of that Sanders push to win 0.13 units. 0.5 units Ledet Gillespie to win 0.27 units. 1 unit Ledet and over 2.5 rounds OAM and Martin to win 0.86 units. 0.5 units Ledet Rockhold to win 0.27 units. 2 units Ledet and Zoo under 1.5 rounds to win 2.6 units. 1.5 units Ledet Perry to win 0.77 units. 0.75 units Usman and Moraes over 2.5 rounds. And Mike Perry to win 0.55 units. 1 unit Luke Rockhold and Mike Perry to win 0.43 units. 0.75 units OAM and Tony Martin over 2.5 rounds, and Mike Perry to win 0.57 units, and last but not least, 0.5 units Jotko and Hall over 2.5 rounds, and Mike Perry to win 0.35 units. So, got a bunch of bets again on this card. Initially only had 10, added a couple because of what happened in the Mike Perry fight. Still wanted to get him, so I had to split up a bunch of bets to equal out 4.5 to get Mike Perry there. I had him straight, like I said, for 4 units against Thiago Alves at I think I had him at 170 or 169, which is minus 130, minus 131. But nevertheless, yeah, got all those plays, guys. And let's jump into my DraftKings real quick. I got 2 lineups again this week, both a little bit different. We'll start with this one here. I got Gregor, Gillespie, Uriah Hall, Mike Perry, Anthony Smith, Daniel Spitz, Kamaru Usman. So Gregor, obviously, I'm thinking he gets a bunch of takedowns and he gets a TKO. I think he's worth the price. Uriah might, I think it's going to decision, so he might be able to get some strikes, significant strikes, and might be able to get me some points. I thought the price wasn't bad at 7,300, and I needed someone to fill up for that price. I got Mike Perry. I think he gets a first-round knockout guy, so he's going to get me some nice points at $8,500. That's a steal for Mike Perry. Anthony Smith, 8,100. I think he gets a first-round knockout against Hector Lombard, guys. And Daniel Spitz, $7,400. Again, I think he gets a knockout against Hamilton. Kamaru Usman, he's just going to ragdoll Moraes, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I'm very confident in that. And yeah, I think he's going to get me a whole bunch of points. And then we got OAM for 8,400. I think he gets a decision win here over Tony Martin. And I thought the price was good. I think he does some damage on the floor as well. I'll have to throw in David Branch. He was one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, fighter there, and I needed someone to fill up. This still might be subject to change, guys, but that's who I took at the moment there. I got Justin Ledet. I think he gets a first-round knockout. Mike Perry, first-round knockout. The Karate Kid I took against Gilbert Burns here. I thought he was a good price at 7,900. I think he gets the win, and then Kamaru Usman again. So that's my DraftKings lineup, guys. You already know what you can do. You can follow me on Twitter at The Sebs Show. I am now a writer and a journalist, not a writer and a journalist and an interviewer for MMAtoday.com. Very thrilled to be a part of that team. You'll be seeing an article from me, I believe, coming Monday. That will be if there's a, not if there, well, I'll be covering a big story from the press conference that the night of the fights here. And also going to be interviewing, hopefully, Matt Frivola, the Steamroller, this coming weekend, and Kobe Covington. So I'm hoping to get both those interviews done this weekend and post them out. They'll be I'll be writing an article on both of them, and then I'll also be posting them on my regular Sebs Show channel. So be sure to check that out. Yeah, let's cash these bets, guys. Let's get it done. Till next time, the Sebs Show.